Hey everybody, can you guys hear me okay? Can everyone hear me all right? Bong Cody-님? That's an interesting name. Yang-님? Morda-님? That is insane. Just got home. Happy Friday, yeah. Yeah, we've been streaming pretty often lately, haven't we? Yes, we start at 9. We're starting, we're just going to chit-chat for a bit. I can join the session around 9. Okay, yeah. I mean, do what you got to do. Do your thing. Because we don't start until 9, you guys. I just wanted to hang out with you a little bit before we actually begin, so. Hayanim, good evening to you too. How are you doing tonight? Hi all. Hello. How are you feeling? Streaming in a row. You're right. Aren't you tired? Well, streaming is, I guess it's kind of tiring, especially after going through a very intense and long dialogue. For instance, yesterday, we actually went through 3 dialogues, didn't we? Although 2 of them were reviews, but still. So yes, sometimes it gets a little tiring, but, it's probably the easiest part of my job. The hardest part of my job is actually editing. I'm getting really sick and tired of editing, actually. And I don't know, maybe I should start looking for an editor or something. You guys know any editors? But besides that, I think probably the second hardest part about my job is coming up with examples and coming up with good dialogues. It's probably the hardest part. Yeah. Anyway, so Good Friday finally. It was a long week. It was long weekdays, didn't you? Was it a long week for me? It was kind of a long week because of, mainly because of Amber. I've been so worried and stressed out about Amber's condition, but thankfully she's getting better very quickly, so that's very good. Oh, Floppy, you're still at the hospital? Oh man, sorry to hear that. When can you get out? I mean, are you getting better actually? Hey Jenny Coney, what's up? Are you getting better? You didn't create the voice channel on Discord yet. I'm trying to record just didn't I? I thought I did. It's there. It's there. LA_0228. It's there. I think I made it earlier today. Or am I the only one who can see it for some reason? It's there. Maybe you're not looking in the right place. I just hope I don't have much buffering today. Yeah, yesterday a lot of people were complaining about the network latency for some reason. I hope we don't get much buffering today. Hope we have a stable connection because I had back. Okay, so it looks like I should probably get the stream that we did last night edited sooner than anything else because a lot of you guys had, and I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna look even if you watch that live video again. So even if you go back and watch it again, it's gonna have that same buffering. So I do have a full recording of yesterday's stream on my computer, which has no buffering at all. So I guess I should probably get on with that. Anyway, oh, you like this cardigan? Yeah, I don't wear it very often. I forgot I had it actually. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, my book is an exception. I mean, there are always exceptions to any rule, right? And my book is an exception. Well, the thing about having someone, I mean, I would love to have someone else edit, but the problem is, I guess it's really, there's no way of knowing for sure until I actually try it, right? But at least for the first many times probably, we're going to have to go back and forth quite a lot. So they're going to give me the first edited version, and I'm going to say, okay, so I like this, but this should be a little bit more like this, and I want less of this, and I want some of this. And so we're going to have to go back and forth, and all that time, I don't know, I could just edit on my own and get it done. But then, I don't know. It's never really easy when it comes to these things, right? Anyway, yeah, I feel you. The pain of making something creative. Well, it's not really creative. It's, well, I guess depends on what you mean by creative. Like, yes, I am creating things that don't exist, but it's based on just, you know, routine stuff. So I've been listening to you nonstop for 2 years. That's a long time. It almost feels like you're one of my family members. Yeah, like a cousin, right? Or like, wait, maybe like a cousin, depending on your age, maybe like an uncle or something. After dinner, I'll join you, my honorable sir. Yeesh. Okay. Yeah, hey, enjoy your dinner. What's for dinner, by the way? I didn't think it's 28 today. My yeah, it's the 28th. Time flies, doesn't it? It's insane. I can't believe February's already over. It's insane, isn't it? Hello, Chizkini. How you doing? Hey, Half Moony, what's up? How you doing? Please take care of yourself so that you can keep streaming and spend time with us. That's what I'm doing, right? That's what I'm doing. I've been streaming. This is, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is my 10th stream in a row because I stream I go back and forth between this channel and my toddler channel, and I try to make sure that I do that. I try to make sure that I go back and forth, although there are some exceptions every now and then. But yeah, for me, I've been streaming for 10 days in a row. This is my 10th stream in a row. It's insane. And knowing as long as I don't stop, I'm breaking my own record every day, right? So that's kind of an interesting thought, I guess. Although this is really nothing. Like, there are tons of professional streamers who do this for a living, kind of like I do. They stream every day, and they stream like what, 6-7 hours a day. Professional streamers. I thought it's just the last day of February. It is the last day of February. Right. We often forget that February only has 28 days. Even before having dinner, I saw a notification. Hey, I'm so glad to see that word notification. All right, Jen. You're on your way home? Okay, careful. Really warm today. Really warm out, isn't it? You did so many steps to get it done. Get what done? I'm glad that you keep doing the record high classes, but I'm neglecting my family a bit because of frequent classes. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't do that. No pressure. Oh, thank you. I love hearing that. Like, no pressure, right? I love it when you guys tell me, that I don't have to feel like I have to do something. Although I don't really do anything that I don't want to do. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen me do something I didn't want to do? Oh, maybe except this. Maybe I don't know if anybody from the publisher is watching this, but I mean, the one thing that I did that still haunts me to this day is doing this for the book cover. Although when I was actually doing that post for the picture, I had no idea that was going to go on the cover. I remember reminding myself to tell them to make sure they don't use that picture for the cover, but they said that it had to be. It had to be that particular pose. And I guess that's one thing that I didn't want to do. Well, actually, when it comes to taking care of my dogs, my wife does all of the heavy lifting. She does all of the really hard work. Me, I just spend time with them. When we take them out, we always have to take them out in our car. We have to load them up and go to a different location because our neighborhood is not really the best place to go for walks. And what was that? And so we usually load up the car with with the dogs and stuff, and we go to a different location. And so when we do that, yeah, I guess I do something. But most of the hard work when it comes to taking care of the dogs, my wife does. So she gets all the credit for that. Yeah. Hey, how you doing this evening? I'm doing okay. How you doing? Where did you learn the editing skills? I taught myself. It's not hard. I mean, right, it's not hard. You just need to get used to it, just like anything else. 저 엽떡 먹어요. I've tried that once, I believe. When I was working for a 학원 in the Daegu area, I think I don't know if it's still there, but I believe there used to be a 엽기 떡볶이 place there, and I remember it was pretty good actually, like really really spicy, but it was really good. Yeah, that's true. Right? Hey, no one can escape time, right? No one can escape time. I know, right? I really wish there was a way to... I don't know. I have no way of doing that. I'm guessing there's going to be a way to do that very soon. Like, just several years from now, there's going to be some sort of technology, and I'm sure... and I wouldn't be surprised if Google is the one that actually comes up with it. A technology where even when there's a live stream, like everything the person is saying, as long as they're saying it correctly, of course, is just immediately translated into whatever language you want. And that would be cool. That would be really, really cool. 자주 오지만 처음 한 게요. 요즘 썸네일 제목 때문에. Hey, 햇살님, how you doing? Hey, it got you to join the chat, so I must be doing something right. 이번 주 거의 3주가 돼가는 수술한 발 잘못 디뎌서. Oh no. Oh, that really sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that. Okay, so it looks like you're gonna be in the hospital longer than you thought you were gonna be, yeah? That is very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Oh, okay, so because it's a Friday night, I'm sure that YouTube is getting a lot of traffic tonight. So it might be because of that. Giving lectures is kind of, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm giving lectures, but I'm just spending time with you guys. And again, I just want to remind everyone that what I'm doing is as far as I'm concerned, what I'm doing is what someone like me should be doing, is what the learners need most, and that is a reason to spend even a little bit of time every day using English. And using English does not only mean speaking English, but listening to English, looking at English, reading English, trying to understand English, thinking in English, and also, yes, speaking and writing in English. So I'm just doing what I think you guys need the most, and it's, I think I've made this somewhat of an enjoyable process for myself as well, and so that's good, right? Because I enjoy like communicating with you guys. So yeah. Did you hate using the picture? Yeah. I don't know if anybody from the publisher is watching this. I hope they're not, but at the same time, I kind of hope they are. Oh, I really hated using that picture. Oh my gosh. When we were brainstorming, obviously they're better at this than I am. They have all the data from years of publishing books, and so they have a much better idea of what kind of book sells, right? And so I just trusted them with the book design and everything. I just said, I said everything's fine. I love what you guys are doing. Just keep doing what you guys are doing. I just have one condition. I have to change that picture. And they said, "Oh no, that's the one thing that they cannot take back. That's the one thing that they have to maintain." They say, "Oh, we could change the color. You could remove the stars, whatever. Just we have to use this picture." So apparently that pose means a lot in our culture. It's it's so frustrating. I hate it using that picture. I still hate. It's one of the reasons that it's hard for me to pick up the book, actually, because I do really want to start kind of going over some stuff in the book with you guys during our streams. We talked about this before, right? Several months ago, we talked about maybe like once or twice a week coming on stream, getting together, and going over some of the things that I want to go over with you in the book. But I mean, I know you're thinking is like, well, why does that bother you so much? But it really does. It's a personal thing. It's not your fault. It's really my fault, really. 엽떡 마라맛 맛있어요. Yeah, I can imagine. 더 이상 안 찍어서 제 최강인데. 대화 연습 가이드요? 대화 연습 가이드? What is? 그게 어떤 식으로 하는 거였지? How did it go? Could you explain like the format of the video? I don't remember. Like, what's the format? Yeah, so sorry to hear that, Floppy. I've bought a program on website. Seems like being established from the US, but... Oh, it's gone. Okay. I think he's going to rewrite it. Live now? We're not live, actually. Hong Kong-nim, this is a recorded video. But it's okay. You're here. We can communicate. It's fine. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you with us. I'm just doing you guys need the most. What you guys need the most. Or at least that's what I believe. I mean, who knows, right? Like, who can really say? But I feel better now than when I first came here. Thanks a lot. Okay, yeah, that's... Hey, it's good to know that you're getting better, right? That's what really matters. It's kind of like your English, too. It doesn't really matter where you are now. As long as you're improving, that's what really matters. I just wanted to remind everybody. 대화식으로 된 강의 영상이요? Is that what you mean? I do those. I mean, I don't do them nearly as often as I want to, because it takes quite a bit of time to put that dialogue together. I'm actually putting one together now, and I'm planning to have another one of those dialogue, you know, two people sitting together, although it's like, kind of looks like one person, but, you know, two people sitting together and they're having a conversation. Most likely going to have another one uploaded on Monday. The script is I think it's about halfway done. Yeah, I'm still doing a little bit of research just to, you know, make it as, well, I mean, it has to be enjoyable to watch, but at the same time, it has to be informative and it has to get all the facts right? So, it takes quite a bit of time to put together the dialogue. How you doing? It was a nice day today, so I took a long walk. Hey, that sounds... Yeah, today would have been a great day for you to be out in the park for a walk. It would have been a great day. I'm not buying it. Okay. Yeah, smart. Yeah, never trust what you see. Never trust what you see. You can't trust anything. You can't trust what anybody says or anything that you read online these days. You always have to fact check stuff. You know what I mean? I'm having some beer with 고래밥. Well, I haven't heard that in a while. 고래밥, yeah. I used to eat those quite a bit. I used to 그 강의를 선생님. I'm still kind of because you know I used to have a series that I called 대화 가이드, 대화 연습 가이드, or something like that. So I'm kind of curious whether you're referring to that series, or you're referring to the videos that I've been uploading quite recently, lately. But now the topic is kind of harder and too long compared to the old ones. I think it's more like a way to improve listening. Well, you see, what I'm aiming for is, I'm trying to. The reason I started putting together this type of the reason I started this series is because I wanted you guys to be more focused on what it was about rather than the language being used. And so I've been trying really hard to follow up on current events, things that are being reported recently, and just trying to find the most interesting topics. Although I'm sure that many of you don't find some of the topics very interesting. But yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. Just trying to make it so that you guys focus more on what they're talking about rather than how they're talking about it. Okay. Anyway. Hello, Sam. I just finished my work. Happy to be on the right time and so excited to see what I'll learn today. Oh, well, we're not really learning. Well, I have no idea what you're going to learn today because that really depends on you. 제가 쌤 강의 들었던 이후로 며칠이 최초입니다. 오늘 10번째. Yeah, this is the 10th stream. I've been streaming for 10 straight days. I bought a program on a website. Seems like being established in the US, but it haven't worked and it turned out the site is originated from China. I had almost my money information. Oh, it was a scam site. Oh, okay. Yeah, you really got to look out for those. You really got to look out for those these days. Take much longer than before, I think. I guess I'm slowly getting the hang of it, of the whole process. I mean, before, I mean, there were some technical difficulties when I was first starting out with this series, but we'll see. I'm slowly getting better. I'm getting the hang of it. So the workflow is quite different from the other videos that I make. So, hey, horror name, what's up? Whatever, just whatever you're interested in. As you're browsing through the list of many videos, just whatever catches your eye, just go with that, because there really is no order to, you know, as to how you should watch the videos. I know there are a lot, which is why you need to just browse through them, and whatever catches your eye, just watch that. That's fine. That's what I recommend, actually. On my way home, please pray that I get there before 9 p.m. See you at 9. Okay, all right. Have a safe trip home. You know, don't, you know, take your time, please. Take your time. 쌤 친구랑 라면 끓여 먹으려 가스레인지에 물을 올렸는데 물이 너무 안 끓어서 다른 화구로 옮겼거든요. 그제서야 물이 제대로 빨리 끓어서 그래 이거지 라고 말하고 싶었는데 영어로 어떻게 말해야 할지 모르겠더라고요. 영어로 어떻게 말할 수 있을까요? 그래 이거지? 아, 오케이. 오케이, 일단 저는 떠오른 표현이 하나 있는데 I want to give everyone else a chance. 아, 대화 가이드 말고 연습 가이드요? 아, 오케이. 아, 연습 가이드. I feel like when it comes to when it comes to like 연습 가이드 and 대화 가이드, I think we do plenty of those in our streams nowadays. I think we do what we do in our streams, especially with the dialogues. I mean, that's not what we're going to do today, but what we normally do. We usually work with dialogues and sometimes like just expressions, right? But mostly with dialogues. And I think that's just a much better way of practicing. And so I understand that, you know, if I weren't so lazy with the editing, I'm sure that you know you would find a lot of the things that you want similar to what you're referring to, but it's just because I'm just kind of lazy with the editing these days, so it's okay. You don't have to apologize. Don't worry about that. That's right. That's what it is. Okay, so at this point, I have to remind you guys, remember, before you literally translate the Korean to English, before you do that, take a step back. Okay, take a step back and wonder, okay, so in this situation, this is how I would express it in Korean. How would I express this in English in this situation? So you got to stop trying to translate everything, right? Okay? And that's what it looks like right now. Okay? Just take a step back. What would you say? And think about why am I saying 그래 이거지? Why am I saying that? Okay? Okay, so, see, look what JC is doing. So JC is showing you what happens when you just literally translate the Korean to English. Okay, and this is what you should not do in this case. Well, in some cases that works, right? In some cases that works, but in a lot of cases that doesn't work, especially when it comes to like an exclamation. Okay? 순간적으로 내던지는 그런 감탄사 같은 경우는 특히나 영어랑 한국어가 그 표현의 방식, 접근하는 방식이 완전히 다를 수가 있어요. Again, let me remind you. Take a step back. Take a step back. Take a step back. Why are you saying 그래 이거지? Why are you saying this? Okay. Now, so let me show you what I would say, okay? So in that situation, I might say, oh, no wonder. No wonder. No wonder. Why am I saying that? Because now I understand what the problem was. Because now I understand what the problem was. Right? It wasn't working before, and you were wondering, why isn't this working? And you move it to a different, you use a different, what do you call those? You use a different, you use a different location, and it works. Oh, no wonder. Or you could say, oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. You could say that as well. Or, or you could say, oh, finally. Or you could say, oh, that's why. Or you could say, now it's working. Oh, now it's working. Right? So there are many different things you could say, but no matter which one you choose, it doesn't quite sound like 그래 이거지. You know what I mean? It doesn't quite sound like 그래 이거지. And so you have to be a little bit more open-minded when you're trying to translate like the kind of expressions, especially when it comes to exclamations. Okay? And even as I'm telling you this, even as you're hearing this, you might be feeling, oh, but that's not exactly what I want to say. I want to say 그래 이거지. That's how I want to say it. But then you're going about it entirely the wrong way, because now you're approaching it in a very strange way. So you're saying that you want to use English like Korean, which doesn't make sense in the first place, right? So anyway. Again, I don't want you to make that direct connection. You know what I mean? I don't want you to make that direct connection like this is this, okay? So always take a step back and ask yourself, what can I say? How can I express myself in English? You see what I mean? Like, what can I say? Not how do you say this in English, but what can I say? How can I express myself in this situation? You see what I mean? I hope that makes sense.
Congrats on your 10th consecutive day of streaming. You are on a roll.
Thank you. Thank you, JC.
You can take a break. You deserve it. You would never stream like this before.
Yeah, I suppose I could take a break. I suppose I could. I mean, I most certainly can. But I promise you, I will take a break when I want to. Okay? I promise I'll take a break when I want to. I mean, we all need a break. Who doesn't need a break, right? Who doesn't need a break? Who doesn't need a break? Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah. It's funny because the more you tell me to take, the more you express your concern about like my health and stuff, the more I want to just keep going. So I'm guessing if you really wanted to maybe give me a break or give me a reason to take a break, you would probably beg me to keep streaming every day. Then I might actually say, what, really? Okay, fuck it, maybe I'll just take a break tomorrow. I don't know. Blue frog. So, what are you guys doing? I mean, okay, so let me ask you guys this. If it hadn't been for this stream, what would you guys be doing today? Like, what would you guys be doing tonight if it hadn't been for this stream? If you, I mean, because you can easily go do that right now, I suppose, or maybe you are, like, double tasking, right? You're doing something else as you're doing this. So what's going on tonight? What are you guys doing on this Friday evening? What are you guys doing? I would have been taking a shower by now. Oh, okay. I mean, you could do that now. We have a good 45 minutes before we begin, so you can go do that right now. Okay, now I finished chores. I can hang out with you some. Okay, cool. All right. Doing the chores. Yeah, this is the first time to be in the, oh, this is your first time tuning into the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. This will not give you a very good idea of what we normally do. Today we're going to go on Reddit and read some of these posts together and write comments to those posts, add comments to those posts, reply to those posts together. This is not what we normally do. This is something that we haven't done in quite some time, and so just wanted you to know that. Man, you're streaming today as well. I can't wait to join the membership. I have a little bit of OCD. That I make all my subscriptions on the first day of every month. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So when you like sign up for a member for anything, you have this, you feel compelled to do that on the first of every month. Interesting. Netflix and chill. That sounds like a great idea. I was just gonna 빈둥빈둥. Okay, all right. I'm supposed to go to swimming class. Oh, and you are gonna go, right? You're not gonna not go just because of the stream, right? I would catch up on the stream videos you've streamed. I have a lot to catch up on. Oh, okay, I see. 연습가이드로 공부할 때 선생님이 제시하신 한글 한 줄 띄워놓고 영작한 다음에 챗GPT한테 맞게 했는지 물어보고 챗GPT 보조적 문장이라는 표현을 보고 마지막에 선생님이 알려주시고. Whoa, that is quite a process you have. I don't. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at this. 한글 한 줄 띄워놓고 영작한 다음에. Oh, so before you move on to the video, before you move on to the part of the video where I show you how to say that in English. Oh, you're talking about that, where I give you the full script in Korean first, so and then you try to change that into, you try to translate that into English yourself, ask ChatGPT, see if you have the right expressions, and then you check with my video. I see. Well, I mean, if that's what you feel comfortable with, I suppose that's not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. Web program until 9 p.m. on dot. Web programming. Oh, okay. Hikini, you're a web programmer. I would sit in front of a PC and watch videos on YouTube. What kind of videos? What kind of videos? If you had decided to skip today's stream, what would it have been before. It probably would have been to finish the script that I had been working on. Finish the script and probably maybe even go to my office and actually film the dialogue video, so that I would have like plenty of time throughout the weekend to edit that video, because it usually takes about like 4 or 5 hours to edit that dialogue video where I sit together by myself. Sometimes more, depending on the length of the dialogue. If I had a reason to skip tonight's stream, that probably would have been it. I was trying to relax while watching Netflix, but your video popped up, so I'm now. Oh, cool. Okay, so to watch Cassandra, I suppose. Because from what I hear, Cassandra is like the hottest show on Netflix right now. So I'm just guessing. I'm just presuming you're watching Cassandra. I'm heading to Wando. What's Wando? Wando, where I've been raised. I'm not sure my expression. That's fine. Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. Yeah. So you're on your way to Wando. Okay. So, like, what's the occasion? What's the occasion? Are you gonna hang out with your friends there or something? I'm watching this while working at a cafe. Oh, cool. Okay, you gotta tell me where that cafe is. Amber loves going to cafes, coffee shops, and just hanging out there. She loves that, and we actually did that earlier today. But I mean, if it's somewhere that we can go. I see. Well, as I always say, it doesn't really matter what is a better method. The best method is always what you can maintain for a long period of time. Something that you can be hooked on, something that you feel more interested in, something that is more convenient and comfortable for you to do. Because that's the only way that you can do it for a long period of time, which is the only thing that really matters. You see what I mean? The only thing that really matters is that whatever method you choose, you just you maintain it for a long period of time. Because, I mean, flip that around. I mean, you talk about that from the other perspective. It means that whatever method you choose, if you don't maintain it for a long period of time, it's not going to be anything. So, always the best thing for you to do is to choose whatever method that you can maintain for a long period of time, and that means you don't have to stick to a method that you started with. Just because you've started with this method doesn't mean you have to maintain it. You can just switch. You can switch it up. You can switch it up, and that's actually what I recommend. Do you often go to the office late in the evening? Yes. I only film the dialogues at night because of the light. I actually haven't tried it during the day. I think I might try during the day sometime, but because the light changes during the day, if I were to film that during the day when the light is changing, it's gonna be noticeable in the video. You're gonna notice something odd going on with the video. So, when I film those videos. What was that? When I film those videos, I only film at night. Yep. Hey, Kumandongnim, what's up? The yellow ball is by any chance Amber's, or it's mine for now. It's a bit too big for Amber to play with because she can't really put it in her mouth. Or maybe your room has big window. What do you mean by that? Oh, yeah, right, yes. The office has huge windows. Although I have some blinds installed, you can still see the light through. You can see the light still bleeds through the blinds, and so. Out of curiosity, if you don't mind me asking, does YouTube keep a part of the membership fee? Yes, they keep a part of all the all of the income. Yes. So all of the revenue that is generated through YouTube, they get a cut. They get a cut. Is it a stress ball? I have no idea. It's just something to keep my hands busy when I'm doing something. 제가 가지고 끝까지 열심히 할 수 있는 방법으로 공부해볼게요. Yeah, that is probably one of the most important things everybody has to keep in mind, because a lot of people always are curious about what the best method is, and always the best method is what you can do for a long period of time, what you can maintain for a long period of time. Sam, do you want to Netflix something? 라면 먹고 올래? 비슷한 상황에서 이런 뉘앙스로 사용해도 되냐고요? I have no idea what you're talking about. What does watching Netflix and eating ramen have to do with each other? You look good today. You look good today too. Hope I get to see your dogs. Where are they? They're downstairs. Amber recently had surgery, and since her surgery, she hasn't been able to come upstairs. And she's just, she's been downstairs. She's been staying downstairs ever since her surgery. But she doesn't really come to the third floor very often at all. So only if I could make a platform like YouTube, that'd be hella awesome, making money while sitting. I mean, you're not just going to do nothing. I mean, you're going to have to do a lot of maintenance, a lot of troubleshooting. You're going to have to deal with a lot of people having issues with whatever. This is probably a lot of work. Takes some of every revenue. I didn't know that. Of course. I mean, why wouldn't they? Of course they would. Netflix and chill. Do you want to watch Netflix at my place? 이렇게 말하는가 보더라고요. 그냥 그런 뉘앙스. Eating ramen? Is there something that I don't know when someone's asking, do you want to have some ramen? Thank you for that. It really helps. Really. Yeah, I hope she gets better soon too. I just hate seeing her in that freaking cone. You know how when dogs have surgery, they put a cone around their head to prevent them from, licking the scar from the surgery? And it's like a huge thing, and man, it's just it's so heartbreaking watching her. Like she keeps bumping into stuff because she's not used to it, right? And dogs, they instinctively have to smell, right? They have their nose on the ground. They have to smell things, right? They sniff around, and she keeps bumping into stuff every time she does that, and so it's really heartbreaking to watch. Oh. Okay. 우리 집에 고양이 보러 갈래? 우리 집에서 배터리 충전하는 거야? 요즘에 왠지 flirting. Oh, to get them to come over? I see. Okay. I did not know that. I see. Okay. To get the other person to come over. All right. Yes, I'm not going to. When you don't want a romantic date to end. Oh, okay, I see. All right. When you want to kind of move on to the next stage, right? Netflix 동사로 사용해서 하는 편인 것 같은데. 안 쓰시는 게. Have you had dinner? Yes, actually, I did today. Because you guys been asking me so often about whether or not I had dinner. I actually did have dinner. I had it was a kind of bibimbap, I think. Pickup line for flirting. I see, yeah. How long does she have to wear the big corn? The cone, not the corn. The cone. It's for about a week from now. We have another appointment on the 6th next month, and that's when we are hoping that the vet will tell us that we could remove her cone. That's when she's getting her stitches removed, and hopefully that's when he'll tell us that it's okay to remove the comb. So I'm watching a video where villains get taken down after messing with a retired special forces soldier. It feels like the perfect thing to watch without thinking too much. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes I just like to sit through Vine videos. I mean, they were a huge trend back in the day, but not so much nowadays. But like Vine videos, I mean, if you look up Vine videos, you can, it's just an endless relay of just funny moments, like several seconds of funny moments, and it's just something that you can just kind of binge watch without even thinking, and it'll give you a good laugh. Get them to come over and do something together, break mind wall, and get him into one's comfort zone. Yeah. Again, live again. Hey, 유리님, what's up? How's it going? 요즘 생활 영상에 라디오 좀 틀어놓고서 말하는 모든 영어를 쉐도잉하고 있어요. 근데 아직 영어로 제 생각을 말하려고 할 때는 막히는 경우가 많네요. 쉐도잉도 좋지만 제 생각을 영어로 말하는 연습을 더 늘리는 게 좋을까요? Absolutely. I mean, you shouldn't even have to ask that. Of course. How could that be like? Of course. How could that be a no? How that? Nobody to that question. I can't even imagine anybody saying maybe or no or however, but no, of course, absolutely. That's like asking, if I want to learn to drive, do you think I should take my car out and actually drive on the real road? Of course. Of course. Of course. Hizojunim asks, hello guys, are you having a lovely evening? I am. Because of all these wonderful people. Still watching Vine? I mean, it's been a while actually. I think it's been a couple of years since the last time I watched a Vine video. But I just thought of it just right now. People were talking about watching certain types of videos without having to think like at all, and I asked myself, like, what is the kind of video that requires no sort of thinking at all, right? So Vine videos. You can just completely empty your mind, no focus required. Do I speak English with Amber? No, because my wife uses Korean with her, and so we don't want to confuse her. I've never heard of any dogs being bilingual, right? I mean, there's no, come on. Their life is short as it is, right? Their lives are already short as it is, so I don't want to give her any more work to do, so I use Korean. In certain videos where Amber appears in my video, you may see me talking to her in English, but that's just for you guys. So, are you getting angry with the obvious being stated? I am, actually. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I do get upset when people ask questions that they already know the answer to. You know what I mean? I guess I'm human. It really upsets me when people voluntarily waste their own time. It really upsets me. It pisses me off. It pisses me off when people look for a reason to waste their own time. It's like they're sabotaging themselves. It's like they're ruining their own English learning journey. You know what I mean? So that really pisses me off. I want everyone just to stop it. You know what I mean? I think what really matters to improve English is saying whatever it is in my own words. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just look up Vine videos or Vines. Yeah. 네, 체킹으로 되겠어? 오스가 있어야지. Yeah, absolutely. When does this streaming finish? Your plan? I'm planning to finish this stream probably around 11. we start at 9, and we have a whole bunch of posts. I don't know. I don't exactly know when I'll be finishing. I never really think about that too much as I'm doing this, but we usually finish around 11. I had pretty amazing cappuccino at a cafe in Itaewon today. Do you happen to drink cappuccino? No, I don't. I hardly ever even drink lattes. When I go to coffee shops, it's usually just black coffee, regular black coffee. Either black coffee or some sort of tea. I've been trying to drink more tea these days. Hi Sam, how do you feel today? I feel good. I'm here with you guys, so I think you're looking better and healthier by day. Oh, thank you for saying so. I actually am feeling better day by day. Today's live stream title is really awesome. Thank you for that too. What was it? I'm really expecting what it is. You mean you're looking forward to it? Well, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it too, because I'm really looking forward to finding out what you guys are gonna say, what you guys have to say about some of the people who have posted these things here. Sit through, yeah, it's kind of like just watching the videos, and watching the videos and just being there and just you can say you sit through a movie, you sit through TV shows, sure. Sam, hi, how you doing? I'm doing okay. On your way home, I'm stuck in heavy. Oh, the traffic must be heavy. Yeah, Friday night. It's kind of exhausting. You must? I'm guessing you're in Seoul. Yeah, do you live in Seoul? Is it Arju 가세요? No. There is. I don't really believe in Arjuga. Though I think people who claim that they are Arjuga, they just want attention. I think those people just want attention. Attention seekers. Do we have any here? It's like they're trying to derive some sort of meaning from something that doesn't really have much meaning, you know what I mean? Come on, it's like, why so extreme? Why so extreme? No, I do know actually. I do know what that is. Oh, starting to buffer? Do you have lactose intolerance? Actually, I do. I actually do. Yes. How did you know? Oh, because I said I hardly drink latte. Yeah. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. You can pretty much already do that, right? I mean not just because of your English. I mean, your English I think is pretty good already, but because you just watch that many videos, that many movies. You watch tons of movies, probably more than anybody else here. Do you recommend working in an English environment before adjusting? I work among English people without proficient language. Do you recommend working in English environment before adjusting? If you can, sure. If you can. Hi Sam, I'm glad that the flower pot is still on the spot. Are you being sarcastic? Are you being sarcastic? It's like, oh, I'm so glad that plant is still there. Please keep it there. I can't tell if Chizongnim is being sarcastic or if she's actually glad to see the plant still there. Is she being sarcastic? Because we love exaggerate. I know, right? That's kind of like, that's the impression that I get. That was one of the. Okay, that's a lie actually. I think that's one of the biggest differences between like us and some not all obviously, but a lot of North Americans. Korean people, relatively love to exaggerate. Sam, I'm just watching because my mom's fracture and surgery. These days, live streaming were much helps for my English for several weeks. Hospital recover patient, but hospital makes Hunja get ill. I'm sorry to hear about your mother. So you've been taking care of her, yes? That's, she's lucky to have you as a daughter. I want to say son, daughter. Kind of hard to tell, but I mean, what guy? A guy wouldn't say "냥냥 punch," right? Guys don't say that. Okay, so I'm assuming you're a girl. Your mother is lucky to have you as a daughter. Yeah. I hope she gets better soon. Right, I didn't notice the flower pot being there. Ah, very subtle, isn't it? Very subtle, very sneaky. Kiki name is gonna be back at 9. Okay, that's just 12 minutes from now. I switched my jobs from Korean company to MNC, so I don't know what an MNC is. So I have a chance to communicate in English, and it can be a great way to improve my English communication skills better than before. Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, like, of course, like, how could it not? How could it not, right? And why wouldn't it be a good idea? Oh. Your mother is lucky to have you as a son. Yeah. Your mother your mother is lucky to have you as a son. She's lucky. She's a lucky woman. Sam, could you tell me the difference between expect and look forward to? Expect is like 예상하다, right? Look forward to is 기대하다. So expect is like 한 20명쯤 오겠지? Is like what you're expecting. And looking forward to is like 20명은 오겠지? It's kind of like that, right? But sometimes expect can be used similarly. Sometimes, but that's the general difference. Okay? That's the general difference. Turns out to be yeah, hey. There are exceptions to all rules. Just like my book is a rule is an exception to the rule that you should not rely on books to learn English, right? It's just like that. There are exceptions, right? Which makes 냥냥 punch name very special because he's an exception. You see what I mean? I just learned almost 10 expressions in a 2-hour speaking session with 3 people, and it was so fun in and of itself. That's why, you know, and learning from actual use is just so much more effective. It's so much more effective than learning from a designed lesson, you know what I mean? I bet it's a girl too, partly because of the profile of yellow flower. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, guys can like flowers, right? I expect there will be rain. I am looking forward to go to Everland. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I wonder who can hang out with me here. You mean like in real life? Like meeting up with you? I was surprised that you haven't changed at all in the past 7... What? That's not true. You see these teeth? These are brand new teeth. Brand new. Oh, you're going to that movie tomorrow? Cool. All right. I hope you enjoy it. Flower is a photo I had taken before about 30. Wow. It's a picture that you took 30 years ago. Yikes. Okay, cool. I was born from my mother. Yeah, that usually goes without saying. Yeah, I think most of us are, you know, have gone through something similar. Yeah. Yes, I'm finished with my implants. So these are the teeth that will likely stay with me until I die. Do they feel good? They feel all right. Yeah, feel all right. Thank you, Sam. So I have to say earlier like this. I'm looking forward to what it is. Yeah. Okay, you just got... Hey, don't you need... It's been a while. Hey, man. What's up? Nyang Punch name is 57 years old. Okay. That's you're still in your prime. You're still in your prime. Still kicking and screaming. Could you walk us through the difference between it can take up to 3 hours and it can take up to 3 hours? It can take up to 3 hours and it could take up to 3 hours. So it can is simply referring to the possibility. But could, when you say could, you're usually implying that there is some kind of condition. Okay? It's not, so it depends. It depends. And usually they're not really that different. You see what I mean? So when you say it can take up to 3 hours, then it simply means there is a possibility. But when you say it could take up to 3 hours, you're usually saying that with some kind of condition in mind. Okay? So if you said it could take up to 3 hours, and I might ask, depending on what? But if you said it can take up to 3 hours, to me it sounds like, okay, so sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. It's kind of random, okay? But in most cases, you don't have to differentiate that too much. You don't have to worry about the difference too much. But if you were to talk about how they're different, that's one way to talk about the difference. Implant, it depends on which ones you get. There's ones that will last you nearly a lifetime, but there are ones that only last you for like 20 years. So, have you ever dreamed of being an actor? I mean, I may have like imagined myself doing it, but yeah, I've always wanted to. It's still something that I'm really hoping that I can do someday. I really wanna start making like horror movies. I would love to make horror movies. I think I could make a good horror movie. But then who knows, right? Like a lot of people die without ever like fulfilling their dreams, right? Good to see you, teacher. How's your heart? Do you keep working out regularly? I've been kind of lazy on my with my workouts. But I've been feeling a lot better than before. Thank you for asking. Hello, Chansuni. How you doing? Have you been? Hey, Pumpkin, what's up? It's been a while. Yeah. You've been lazying these days? Okay. It's okay. I mean, yeah, just sometimes you can kind of, go easy on yourself, and that's fine. Maybe you can add some horror to your live streaming dialogues. I suppose I could. But that's a very, very like high level type of horror because adding horror aspect to a dialogue, that's probably a lot harder than it sounds. Hey Guajanin, what's up? What's up, Yannim? 4 minutes left, yeah. Is there any word for yukte in English? I have no idea. I don't know. There probably is. Or no, I don't know. I just have no idea. Sorry. Can't help you there. Can't help you there. I guess this is one of those moments where it would be better to turn to like ChatGPT or something. I learn from you guys. Okay, I'll be back. I need to go to the bathroom. It's getting kind of toasty in here. It's getting kind of toasty in here. I took off my cardigan. I'm going to the BTS concert in Seoul tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Okay, great. Cassandra, you didn't like it? Okay, I mean, hey, everybody's different, right? We all like different things. That's fine. I'm looking forward to seeing Brody like last time. Please make the sound you made last time. Let's see Brody here and go. Yeah, he's downstairs. I don't know. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, let's get started, you guys. So I have collected just some random, nothing too intense, nothing too interesting, but just some random posts that I came across on Reddit. And all of these posts are from the same Reddit server. They're all from a server called Living in Korea Now. The reason I chose this is because there were lots of postings from foreigners living in Korea right now, asking for advice and help. Okay, and so we're gonna read through some of these, and we're gonna come up with what comments or how we're gonna reply to these people. Okay, all right. Well, we've done this before, so let's do it again. Let's try this again. Okay, first one. First one is called... You guys ready? Okay. First one is called Hobbies and Friends. Hobbies and Friends. So, wait, hold on a sec. Give me 1 second because I think... give me 1 second. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. All right, so Hobbies and Friends. Let me read. I've been living in Korea for quite a while now, but I recently realized that most of my hobbies are very individualistic. Photography, learning languages, home or gym workouts. I want to find something that involves a community and gives me opportunities to make friends. I do have a couple very close friends, but living in different cities and having different lifestyles makes it difficult to meet up often and spend time together. I used to take yoga classes, but people there weren't really inclined to socialize. Also, my Korean isn't good, so I shy away from speaking Korean. Sounds pretty familiar, right? What are your hobbies? Is it easy for you to make friends and meet people through them? This is just an ad. Hey, hang out with me. Okay, let's try not to sound so creepy, okay? Let's try not to sound so creepy. I recommend going to a community that have an English, that have a language class. 장정현님, hold on right there. I know that you can come up with a better verb than have. I know you can come up with a better verb than have. What's a better verb? No. Not have. Yes. Offer. 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 I recommend going to a community that offers language classes. Okay? So this is the perfect this here is the perfect kind of context where you would use offer. Okay? Now remember, just because we say offer doesn't mean they offer it for free. Otherwise you would say offer it for free. Like offer free language classes, but offer it could be like a paid service or anything like that, okay? All right. Sounds quite familiar, but different spot. Yeah, right. So let me just read that one more time in case you guys want to pick up any expressions or words from it. And as I'm reading through this, what I want you to do is just repeat verbally, okay? Repeat or write in the chat just random words or expressions that you find interesting, okay? I've been living in Korea for quite a while now, but I recently realized that most of my hobbies are very individualistic. Photography, learning languages, home or gym workouts. I want to find something that involves a community and gives me opportunities to make friends. I do have a couple very close friends, but living in different cities and having different lifestyles makes it difficult to meet up often and spend time together. I used to take yoga classes, but people there weren't really inclined to socialize. Inclined to. Also, my Korean isn't good, so I shy away from speaking Korean. What are your hobbies? Is it easy for you to make friends and meet people through them? Actually, the full expression is be inclined to. Be inclined to. Not just inclined to, but be inclined to. Where is it? Right, so weren't really inclined to, right? They weren't really inclined to do something. Shy away from. Yeah, shy away from. Uh-oh, I hope not everyone is experiencing buffering here. Be inclined to socialize. 약간 텃세 같은. Oh, no. So the people there, okay, 거기 있는 사람들이 weren't really inclined to socialize means they didn't have the tendency to do that. It means that they tend to not want to. They had a tendency to not socialize. That's what it means, be inclined to, okay? There should be some community to make friends out there like on 당근 market. Really? Huh, okay. 그쵸, 뭐 이렇게 해석을 할 수도 있고요. 그런 분위기가 아니다, right? So, okay, so here, I think what we need to focus on when we respond to this is this, right? This is, I think, the key to what this person is talking about. This is like the main idea, right? I mean, she or he is talking about a lot of stuff, but I think this is what the main focus is, right? So I drink. I want to find something that involves a community and gives me opportunities to make friends. So okay, so we're gonna add a comment, right? Is it? I got one word for you. Alcohol. Comment? Yeah? Is this the comment that we're going to add? Cheers. I got one more for you. Alcohol. Comment. We're so bad. We're so bad. We're not helping at all. We're so bad. Look at that. How do you think this person is gonna feel when they read this? Should we get rid of it? What? Can I get rid of it? No. All right. Someone already liked my comment. What? Oh. Can I do it too? Oh, it's me. Did I press that? Okay. Okay, so this person, so this is another comment from another person who has lived 6 to 10 years in Incheon. 6 to 10 years, what does that mean? Is it 6 years or 10 years? What does this mean? I started playing D&D. Like you, what's D&D? Like you, I have scattered close friends, so we can't meet up every month. But last year, I jumped on a chance to play D&D with a fellow... Oh, it sounds like a video game. Fellow noob group nearish where I live. Okay. Everyone was strangers before, but now we are a year in, all pretty close. They came to my wedding, and we threw one baby shower even. Okay. That is built in probably 2 times a month hangout, but of course it isn't for everyone. I also take classes at a local community center. I think what JC was talking about earlier was a community center, which is a nice way to make some local community connections, but you need to be willing to speak at least some Korean and stop shying away, right? So usually they are very chill. That means they're very relaxed and, at least where I live, and just happy to see a young person. Interesting. Noob group, like 초보 group. 초보들 모여 있는 곳. Yeah, fellow noob group. Okay. All right, so I think we gave, hey, let's be honest. It probably isn't an ideal approach. It probably isn't what this person, it's probably not the kind of advice this person is asking for. But we gave a pretty realistic response, right? I think we gave a pretty realistic comment about, it's, hey, I hate to say it, but this is how it is, right? This is how things are, right? Okay, so I'm just going to read that one more time and let's move on, okay? So I've been living in Korea for quite... Oh, and if any of you guys watching right now, if you want to, go on Reddit, and if you want to give this person some real constructive and some real meaningful advice, go ahead, please. This is why I'm doing this, to encourage you to do this, okay? I want you guys to do this. I've been living in Korea for quite a while now. But I recently realized that most of my hobbies are very individualistic. Photography, learning languages, home or gym workouts. I want to find something that involves a community and gives me opportunities to make friends. I do have a couple very close friends, but living in different cities and having different lifestyles makes it difficult to meet up often and spend time together. I used to take yoga classes, but people there weren't really inclined to socialize. Also, my Korean isn't good, so I shy away from speaking Korean. This was kind of unexpected for me to read. I mean, it's hard to, at least in my mind, there aren't many people who shy away from speaking Korean. Anyway, so what are your hobbies? Is it easy for you to make friends and meet people through them? Okay, so any questions about this? Do you have any questions, or is there anything that you want to add to our already perfect comment? 유명한 TRPG인데, are you talking about D&D? That's kind of what I was getting. That's kind of the vibe that I was getting from the context. RPG game. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so it's kind of like a fantasy RPG. All right. Apparently, bouldering is a trend these bouldering. But as someone who has been through the same thing, you really need to be extroverted and are going to make friends anywhere. I don't really know what bouldering is. It's an expression for something. There are lots of meetup applications such as Homoin, Tangamaki, etc. Also, I recommend joining a bordering club. Bordering club. I don't know what a bordering club is because they will encourage your bordering even if you are totally a noob. I don't really know what bordering is. Nothing better than alcohol. Oh. I want to have foreign friends for language exchange. Actually, there was another, there was another post that we might look at later, but individualistic. Yeah, okay. Just below my comment. Indoor bouldering. Oh, they call that bouldering? I thought it was wall climbing. They call it bouldering. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Interesting. I wonder how that ever became a trend. Okay. All right. Moving on. Okay, let's move on. So the next one is it's a pretty random one, right? But I want you to imagine like there's this foreigner that you know in Korea, okay? And that foreigner, as they are trying to get settled in their life in Korea, they're going to run to a lot of troubleshooting, right? A lot of things that they have trouble with. And so this is something that I imagined is like a very realistic problem that they might run into, okay? And which is this. Let's tackle this one. It's called missing office-tel bill. I'll read it. So office-tel bills came today. I see them in everyone's mailboxes. However, mine is missing. I had my internet bill in my box 2 days ago, so I got that. I'm wondering if someone grabbed it by accident or maybe it fell out. The box next to mine didn't have it either, so maybe that's possible. My real question is, if I can't find it in the morning, how do I go about getting another copy or finding out how much I owe? I've never had this happen the entire 1.5 years I've been here, so this is new to me. Again. So, office-tel bills came today. I see them in everyone's mailboxes. However, mine is missing. I had my internet bill in my box 2 days ago, so I got that. I'm wondering if someone grabbed it by accident or maybe it fell out. The box next to mine didn't have it either, so maybe that's possible. My real question is, if I can't find it in the morning, how do I go about getting another copy or finding out how much I owe? I've never had this happen the entire 1.5 years I've been here, so this is new to me. Oh, we're going to introduce them into communities in Seoul? How much I owe. What does this mean? How much I owe. Finding out how much I owe. What does that mean? Call your mother? Hope the random guy would just accidentally pay your bill. That's not what this person is. Look at what this person is asking. Right, 그렇죠. 얼마를 내야 하는지. 이 ow가요. 이 ow를 이제 직역으로 보면은 이제 빚지다. 빚지다. I owe you one. 야, 나 너한테 한 번 빚졌다. 이런 식으로 쓰는 거 많이 들어봤죠? Right. So how much I owe. So 얼마를 내야 한다라는 것 자체가 얼만큼을 어떻게 보면 이제 빚진 거나 비슷하죠. 그만큼을 내야 하는 거니까. So go to the maintenance office. Whether OP gets it not isn't money will be wired automatically. Oh my god. Whether OP gets it or not isn't money. Only if they have it set up that way, right? They would have to put in a request to have it be automatically withdrawn from their account, right? The only thing I could come up with right now, off the top of my head, I would try contacting the landlord. Hey, what do you guys think? Seems like... doesn't seem too bad, right? Okay, so I like this one, and I also like this one as well. If you don't pay, they'll send it again. Because it seems like, very, doesn't your... Okay, so this is something good that they can consider. Usually, most buildings have like a manager or something called a management office. Okay, so I'll just come up with like a mixture of what everyone just talked about. Usually, see, most buildings have a manager or like a maintenance office. Is this how you spell maintenance? Is that the right spelling? Maybe you could ask your neighbor. If that doesn't lead you anywhere, you could always get in touch with your landlord. If all fails, know that they will send you another bill when it's not paid. Does that make sense? So most buildings have a manager or like a maintenance office. So that would be where I would go or call. Maybe you could ask your neighbor. If that doesn't lead you anywhere, you could always get in touch with your landlord. If all fails, know that they will send you another bill when it's not paid. Although there may be some added charge for the delay. Does that make sense? Most buildings have a manager or like a maintenance office, so that would be where I would go or call. Maybe you could ask your neighbor. If that doesn't lead you anywhere, you could always get in touch with your landlord. And if all fails, know that they will send you another bill when it's not paid, although there may be some added charge for the delay. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's just comment with this, and we're gonna go through the main original post one more time, and then we'll read some of the other comments. Okay. So office tel bills came today. I see them in everyone's mailboxes. However, mine is missing. I had my internet. So I think. I think for a lot of Koreans, would have said I couldn't see mine or I couldn't find mine. But see how this person says mine is missing. Okay? This is something that you might not be able to say because you're not really used to expressing it like this, like something is missing. See what I mean? Because that's not how we say it in Korean, okay? So that's something that I think that's a notable thing. That's something to keep in mind. Oh, it's missing, right? I had my internet bill in my box. 2 days ago. So I got that. I'm wondering if, right, something that we practiced a lot, I'm wondering if someone grabbed it by accident or maybe it fell out. The box next to mine didn't have it either. So maybe that's possible. My real question is, if I can't find it in the morning, how do I go about doing so? Go about doing something is, it's kind of like saying, how do I proceed? What steps do I have to take next to do something? So that's what go about doing something is. How do I approach this problem? How do I go about getting another copy? So what steps do I have to take? What process do I have to go through to do this? Okay. So how do I go about getting another copy or finding out? So maybe he doesn't even want to get a copy. He just wants to find out how much he owes, right? I've never had this happen the entire 1.5 years I've been here. So I think this is a sentence that you should try to practice and be more comfortable with. Okay? Anyway, again, and I think I'm going to say this for every case that we go through. If you really have some good advice for this person, please go ahead and give this person some advice. You see, look. Oh, this is from 10 days ago? Okay. So hopefully this person has found out how to deal with it by now. All right. Okay, so let's read some other comments here. So this is what we wrote. We said, I mean, this is like, like Pang Young said earlier, this is almost like ChatGPT type of a response. So most buildings have a manager or like a maintenance office, so that would be where I would go, or call. Maybe you could ask your neighbor. If that doesn't lead you anywhere, you could always get in touch with your landlord. Oh, look at this. Look at this line here. If that doesn't lead you anywhere, I think most, maybe not most, but many Korean people might have said, if that doesn't work. Okay? But, so I think this is another notable expression. If that doesn't lead you anywhere. Okay? I think it's a very English. And when I say English, I don't mean like British English, but like it's very 영어스러운 expression. If that doesn't lead you anywhere. Okay? So if that doesn't lead you anywhere, you could always 언제나 이럴 수 있는 옵션은 언제나 있다. So we usually say you could always, as in you can feel comfortable, you can feel at ease because there's always this option. Okay, so you could always get in touch with your landlord. If all fails, know that they will send you another bill when it's not paid. Although there may be some added charge for the delay. Okay? So, pretty clear, right? Mike said yes. Mike said yes, replied, you have a management office somewhere in that building. Go to them. They'll be there during weekday business hour. Or ask the building guards where to go. Okay. This same thing happened to me before I was able to solve it by explaining to the security guard that I hadn't received mine. Mention it to yours. What is this yours? What is this yours? Mention it to yours. Mention it to yours? Yours? Yes. 바로 앞에 있는 the security guard. Okay? So I was able to solve it by explaining to the security guard. Mention it to yours. If there is one, and this one is again security guard, mention it to yours if there is one, and he is again the security guard. He should be able to solve it for you or tell you what to do about it. Really? Do they speak English? So hopefully, either the security guard can speak English well enough to explain how to deal with this problem, or the tenant can speak Korean well enough. Otherwise, this is bad advice. Turn to Papago. Maybe we can add another comment. All problems tend to go away when you ignore them. Cheers. Is this a good reply? Aristotle? Was it Aristotle that said this? I don't know who said this. Okay, let's not be that bad. Okay, let's not be that bad. Cheers to your charge. Oh gosh. I know, right? What? Aristotle? Who the hell is Aristotle? All right. Okay, let's move on, guys. Wait. I just want to see like one more comment from it. Just call the management office or talk to the guard. They make it sound so easy. Oh, like what was that guy's name? Master Oogway? Aristotle. Plato. Oh, Plato. I was wondering what you meant by Pluto. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so this is another very random problem that a foreigner might run into as they try to get settled in life in Korea. Okay, it's kind of similar to this, actually, not that different, but kind of similar. So let's check it out. Fine for food recycling. Fine for food recycling. I'll read. Does anyone know how they contact you to notify you of a breach of recycling rules? I got a text message from an international number saying 국제발신 정부 24 음식물 분리수거 위반 과징금 고지서가 도착하였습니다, including a link to click. It feels like a scam, but I don't want to completely ignore it in case it's not. Again, so that's it. That's the entire post. Does anybody know how they contact you to notify you of a breach of recycling rules? I got a text message from an international number international number? Why would it come from an international number? 국제발신 정부 14 음식물 including a link to click. It feels like a scam, but I don't want to completely ignore it in case it's not. Trust in 정부 14. It sounds like this. Is it a scam? That is scam 100%? Oh, okay. scam. Please ignore. Cheers. Oh, you got a message like that too? 정부 14. Man, it's a scam, guys. It's a scam. Comment. Okay. Okay, let's see what other people have said. 국제 발신 means that message came from a foreign country. Just ignore it. Do not click. 국제 발신 means message is sent from abroad. No Korean government entity uses foreign services to send texts, meaning this text is to intimidate you into clicking scams they set up. This 국제 발신 tag was implemented in the first place because people were falling for this exact situation. Aha. I didn't know this, actually. I didn't know that this is a system that they put in place to help people recognize scams from those that are not scams. Interesting. I see. If you get a real food trash or any trash fine, they will blow up your door, like come banging on it and put 1,000 notices on the... What? Hey, it's this guy again. Mike said yes. What? If you get a real food trash... Is this guy just trolling or something? I flush it all down the toilet. Got fined once. They ain't catching me again. I flush it all down. This person flushes... I think she's talking about food trash. She flushes all the food trash down her toilet, and she got fined once for it. They ain't catching me again. They ain't catching me again. I wonder why she's saying this. I've never heard of anyone getting contacted about food recycling unless you put food in with the general trash and there was a receipt or piece of mail that identified you. Oh, this is okay. If you put food in a food recycling waste bag, there is no way for them to identify you. Okay. So now you know how to say 봉투, right? Food recycling waste bag. I don't know if that's the official term, but okay. All right. I think our comment is the best. We only said what's necessary. Scam, please ignore. Cheers. Does anybody know how they... Although I like the way people explained what this meant. I think that's kind of helpful because it will be it's going to be a very important indicator for future texts, right? Does anybody know how they contact? So this is probably like, you know, the authorities or the government even, okay? So does anybody know how they contact you to notify you of a breach of recycling rules? Breach is kind of like when you're breaking the rules, right? Breach is also used for contract, like a breach of contract. 깨다, 규칙을 깨다, 계약을 깨다, right? I got a text message from an international number saying, including a link to click. It feels like a scam, but I don't want to completely ignore it in case it's not. 위반. Yeah, 위반. Yeah, that's good. Right, 위반, yeah. Okay, can we move on? You guys ready to move on? Any questions about this or any comments you want to add? Move on? Okay. Next one is a question about a particular city. Does anybody live in Daegu? Does anybody live in Daegu? No? Nobody? Nobody in Daegu watches this stream? Nobody in Daegu. Angin? Anyway, it's a question about Daegu. How much do you guys know about Daegu? Depending on that, we might just ignore the next one. Okay, so this is the next one. How is Daegu as an exchange student? Maybe this is a hard one because I'm sure that many of you have never been an exchange student, and many of you probably don't know much about Daegu like me, but let's read. Was recently given an opportunity to study at Keimyung University for a semester, for one semester. How is this? Keimyung? Okay, Keimyungde. Okay, maybe that's the wrong spelling. However, after searching online, I saw some people say that it can be boring and not great for foreigners. To be honest, when looking through schools, Keimyung was one of the few that had a lot of courses in English that are related to my original degree, which is why I chose it. So although I still plan to push through with the offer, I want to know more about what it's actually like studying there. For reference, I don't necessarily enjoy partying or going out at night, so the lack of clubs for foreigners isn't really an issue for me based on what I've seen. However, I do enjoy going to museums, parks, watching movies, cute cafes, etc. Is there a lot of that in Daegu? Additional question is how easy is it to get to Seoul? Did everybody understand it? This one was pretty easy, right? Not that hard to understand. So again, they left out I don't know why. Not a big problem. So was recently given an opportunity to study at Keimyung University for one semester. However, after searching online, I saw some people say that it can be boring and not great for foreigners. To be honest, when looking through schools, Keimyung was one of the few that had a lot of courses in English that are related to my original degree, which is why I chose it. So, although I still plan to push through with the offer, I want to know more about what it's actually like studying there. For reference, I don't necessarily enjoy partying or going out at night, so the lack of clubs for foreigners, based on what I've seen, isn't really an issue for me. However, I do enjoy going to museums, parks, watching movies, cute cafes, etc. Is there a lot of that in Daegu? Additional question is how easy is it to get to Seoul? Wonder how hard she can put up with all the heat. Okay. If he wants to enjoy cafe hopping, it's a good choice. Okay, so what do you guys think? The university is great. Do you know that from firsthand experience, or is that something, just an information you have? Or Hwangjin Won님, do you actually know about that university? Do you actually know the university? Have you ever... Daegu was once known for its main downtown street, Dongseongro. It's not what it used to be, though. You can still find nice places there. Oh, hey, this sounds pretty good. you should go to Busan instead of Daegu. I don't think that's what the OP is referring to. I think he or she has made up their mind about going to Keimyung University. The person just wants to know, like, how is it there? It's up to you. It's not about college. It's about how you enjoy your college life. Okay. Yes. Oh, it's your university. Okay. So I can just say, call me at da 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 da, and then just. Can I do this? That's my that's my university. What did Hwang Jin-won-님 say? Let's go back. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Oh, okay. It's nice. That's all actually Hwang Jin-won-님 said. So let's add some more. If you could put up with the heat in the summer. Besides that, let's say otherwise, it was once known for its main downtown street, 동성로. It certainly isn't what it used to be, but you can still find nice places there. Yeah, one semester. Yeah, that's right. Street? Oh, yeah, that's right, street. Okay, so that's my university. It's a nice place if you could put up with the heat in the summer. Otherwise, it was once known for its main downtown street, 동성로. It certainly isn't what it used to be, but you can still find nice places here. Say here. Oh, okay, let's add that. It was actually a film location for a popular TV show called 꽃보다 남자. Am I reading that right? Okay. Hey, that's my university. It's nice. It's nice if you could put up with the heat in the summer. It was actually a film location for a popular TV show called 꽃보다 남자. Otherwise, oh wait. It was also once known for its, let's say, not just known. Let's say quite well known. It was also once quite well known for its main downtown street, 동성로. It certainly isn't what it used to be, but you can still find nice places there. I think this sounds okay. Yeah, I think this sounds all right. Okay, so let's comment. And let's read this one more time, and then let's read some of the other comments, some of the other replies. Was recently given an opportunity to study at Keimyung University for a semester. However, after searching online, I saw some people say that it can be boring and not great for foreigners. To be honest, when looking through schools, Kemyeong was one of the few that had a lot of courses in English that are related to my original degree, which is why I chose it. So, although I still plan to push through with the offer, I want to know more about what it's actually like studying there. I guess they want to maintain their expectations, right? So for reference, I don't necessarily enjoy partying or going out at night, so the lack of clubs for foreigners, based on what I've seen, isn't really an issue for me. However, I do enjoy going to museums, parks, watching movies, cute cafes, etc. Is there a lot of that in Daegu? Additional question is, how easy is it to get to Seoul? Oh, we forgot to talk about Seoul. Edit. Oh, and so how less than 2 hours? I guess I'll just use this. Takes about 3 hours. Oh, let's say it's about a 3-hour KTX ride from Daegu to Seoul, which will cost you about how much? I've never taken the KTX, actually. 3 hours on a KTX. Okay. Somewhere around, let's say, 60,000 won. Oh, we have the exact. Okay, let's say 50. Okay, so somewhere around 50,000 won. Not even 2 hours? Let's say 2 hours. Okay, let's just, go with a roundabout number. So, and it's about a 2-hour KTX ride from Daegu to Seoul, which will cost you somewhere around 50,000 won. Okay, I think that's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, let's see what this person wrote. Daegu will be great for you based on the activities you enjoy. There is a decent foreigner population there. Oh, I didn't know that. And plenty of cafe culture, shopping, great cinemas, etc. The people who say it is boring are more interested in nightlife. That makes it sound like they're animals. I guess they kind of are. Daegu is also a great place to catch transit to other cities for day trips or weekends away. I like this sentence. I like how they phrased it. Daegu is also a great place to catch transit to other cities for day trips or weekends away. KMU has a big art center called Kemyeong Art Center, which hosts many high-quality musicals, so you can easily enjoy them. So that sounds great. That sounds great. Okay, let's just read one more and move on. As a former Kemyeong University exchange student myself, so probably the best kind of advice would come from this person, right? I would say it's a really good place to study. The university itself is welcoming and has a great program for exchange students. They have cultural field trips and lots of events. The city, while I was young and a student, was really fun despite having a reputation for being a boring as fuck place to study. I will admit, recently the clubs and bars downtown have gotten more hostile towards foreigners. Really? Hostile? Why? But if you aren't planning on partaking in that kind of stuff often, then you probably won't miss it. Besides, if you do go out to club and party, there will be places to go anyway. Even near the university, there are places to drink. Honestly, because you are presumably new to Korea, even a dull city like Daegu, a dull city, really? Daegu is a dull city? Will feel exciting because you spend so much time exploring what it does have. Plus, you're constantly engaged in a community of foreign exchange students, so that will keep you plenty busy, and of course, making Korean friends at places like the International Lounge on campus. This is very long. People who say Daegu boring are people who've lived here for longer than a few years, and they're right. It's a sleepy place to live long term, but for some who is only visiting for a few months to a year, it's not bad at all. So this is a very well-rounded reply. It's they're giving a lot of information and a lot of assurance about coming to Daegu. I especially like this part, how they point out the fact that the person will be here for only several months to at the longest a year, right? And for that, it's plenty, right? It'll provide plenty to do, plenty to be interested in, plenty to enjoy. So. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Any questions? His name said, I had lived near Keimyung University 10 plus years ago. I don't know how it has changed much in the interim. Since then, you mean? But the school was located in a quiet town, but the university itself was beautiful. Oh, okay. I see. So, so only about 43,501, and it takes less than 2 hours. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, stay hydrated. Okay. Should we move on? Should we move on? Should we move on? Yep. Okay. Korean work culture in a startup. Korean work culture in a startup. Everybody understand what that is? Korean work culture in a startup. Hello, everyone. I will soon start an internship in a robotics startup in South Korea. I read on the internet about South Korea work culture in big company can be very strict on their employees, and that seniority and hierarchy is very important. But I also found a lot of commentary from younger Korean who refuse this ideology. Thus, I have really no idea what to expect, and I would like to avoid making anyone uncomfortable during my stay here due to my lack of knowledge about the culture of the country. So, I would like to ask if any of you had story and advices to share with me. I am pretty sure I will not be able to avoid doing one or two mistakes during my stay, but I would like to at least avoid to offense anyone. Thank you in advance. Please excuse me for any mistakes, as English is not my first language. Oh, okay. Okay. So let me go through that again. That was kind of hard to read. So everyone, hi everyone, hello everyone. I will soon start an internship in a robotics startup in South Korea. I read on the internet about South Korea work culture in big company can be very strict on their employees, and that seniority and hierarchy is very important. But I also found a lot of commentary from younger Korean who refuse this ideology. So basically saying, there are a lot of Korean people who say, oh, no, it's not that bad. Thus, I have really no idea what to expect, and I would like to avoid making anyone uncomfortable during my stay here due to my lack of knowledge about the culture of the country. So, I would like to ask if any of you had story and advices to share with me. I am pretty sure I will not be able to avoid making one or two mistakes during my stay, but I would like to at least avoid offending anyone. Okay. Thank you in advance. Please excuse me for any mistakes, as English is not my first language. Okay. You see You see, someone whose English is not their first language is adding posts like this, and you should do it too. You guys should be posting stuff like random stuff, asking for advice or just sharing stories and stuff, okay? Whoops. What happened? Oh, okay, here we go. All right, so I'm sure everybody understood what this person is asking for, right? Any advice? Case by case. It really depends on boss's personal quality, I suppose. We Korean are considerate about foreigners, so you don't have to worry about it. Just being yourself won't be any problem, I guess. Okay. Anybody else wanna have a go? A lot of startup founders are young, and they try to create a very comfortable environment so employees can focus on their work. But since it's a startup, hard work is required at some point. Okay. Actually, Yulabongnim, you do bring up an interesting point that I think most people will agree. And that is the fact that since it's a startup, you can pretty much expect most of the people there to be on the younger side, right? Which is good news because they tend to be a lot more open-minded, right? Pangyonim says, company which hire foreigners would be very open-minded. That's another interesting point as well. So if they're willing to actually hire a foreigner, you can kind of expect that they're not really, the kind of person that this person is worrying about. Like a big company that are very strict on employees and have a very strong seniority and hierarchy. I really want to answer that question about but I don't know. I don't work at startup companies, so I cannot. Well, you can just talk about, work culture in general. I'm sure this person will take any sort of advice or just any sort of encouragement. We decided to be MZ, so should be all right, mate. MZ. Right, they want to go with a first name basis, adding nim at the end of their names, though. Don't worry too much. You can look up some real reviews from the job apply application. Why don't you look that up? Another interesting point as well. Yeah, okay. So let's say 스타트업이든 아니든 그냥 내 할 일 잘하고 친절하면 돼. Could you give us that in English? No matter what kind of work environment you're in, people you get to meet are up to your luck, I guess. But as far as as far as you work hard, you mean as long as you work hard or look like you're working hard, you'll be fine. That last part is funny. So, as long as you work hard or at least make yourself look like you're working hard, you'll be fine. Be a robot. Be a robot. My gosh. That is so cruel. Be a robot. You must be very talented. I guess employees would prefer Korean speakers, but you are the talented one who got the chance to work with them. Okay, I guess that's I guess we should start by congratulating the person, right? Even though it's just an internship. It's just an internship, right? It's all about looking like working hard. Whether it's a startup or not, you just need to do your job and be nice. Yeah. Be good at your job and kind to others, regardless where you work. Okay, that's okay. This is good. I like this too. Yeah. Koreans are not scary. Don't worry. I got one word for you. Drink. Cheers. Our work culture has come a long way. Not completely gone, but certainly not as bad as it used to be, especially if it's a startup and they're willing to hire foreigners. So I wouldn't worry about it. Just treat them as you would like to be treated and work hard. Now, I think work hard should come first. Just work hard and treat them as you would like to be treated. How's that? Our work culture has come a long way. Not completely gone. Oh, wait. Not completely different. Is it free of the how do you spell hierarchy? Hierarchy and seniority. How do you spell seniority? Seniority that you mentioned, but certainly not as bad as it used to be. Is everybody following? So our work culture has come a long way, not completely free of the hierarchy and seniority that you mentioned, but certainly not as bad as it used to be, especially if it's a startup and they're willing to hire foreigners. So I wouldn't worry about it. Just work hard and treat them as you would like to be treated. Seniority. Oh, I had one too many R's, didn't I? Seniority. Seniority. Okay. Oh. And drink. Cheers. Our work culture has come a long way. Not completely free of the hierarchy and seniority that you mentioned, but certainly not as bad as it used to be, especially if it's a startup and they're willing to hire foreigners. So I wouldn't worry about it. Just work hard and treat them as you would like to be treated. Oh, and drink. Cheers. We hate party poopers. Joking. Cheers. Let's read the main post one more time, and then we'll read some of the other comments. Hello everyone, I will soon start an internship in a robotics startup in South Korea. I read on the internet about South Korea work culture in big companies can be very strict on their employees and that seniority and hierarchy is very important. But I also found a lot of commentary from younger Korean who refuse this ideology. Thus, I have really no idea what to expect, and I would like to avoid making anyone uncomfortable during my stay here due to my lack of knowledge about the culture of the country. So, I would like to ask if any of you had story and advices to share with me. I am pretty sure I will not be able to avoid doing one or two mistakes during my stay, but I would like to at least avoid offending, not offending anyone. Thank you in advance. Please excuse me for any mistakes as English is not my first language. Okay. And we said our work culture has come a long way, not completely free of the hierarchy and seniority that you mentioned, but certainly not as bad as it used to be, especially if it's a startup and they're willing to hire foreigners. So I wouldn't worry about it. Just work hard and treat them as you would like to be treated. Oh, and drink. We hate party poopers. Joking. Cheers. Korean work culture. Who's this dread pirate butthole? Oh, gosh. You have to love Reddit. So, Korean work culture. Korean work culture. No one communicates effectively. Don't talk back. Don't complain. Don't ask too many questions. And just figure stuff out without bothering the boss. Don't bring negative attention to yourself. There's a good chance you'll be somewhat ostracized if you respect your own boundaries. Oh my god. Just say yes to what you can. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is very different from the advice we gave, right? It's like compared to this, we didn't give any advice. He must be Korean. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, let's up this. Let's up this reply. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Korean work culture. No one communicates effectively. Don't talk back. Don't complain. Hey, what does this mean? Don't talk back. What does it mean? Don't talk back. Don't talk back. 뒷말? 말대꾸. Right. 말대꾸죠. Don't talk back. Don't complain. Don't ask too many questions. And just figure stuff out without bothering the boss. Don't bring negative attention to yourself. There's a good chance you'll be somewhat ostracized if you respect your own boundaries. So don't respect your own boundaries because there's a good chance you'll be ostracized. Just say yes and do what you can. My gosh. Where's my ID? What is this? It's even worse in a startup because they act very cheap. They act cheap? I wonder what that means. It all depends on the boss man since they set the tone. What does this mean? Set the tone. Set the tone. Set the tone. It all depends on the boss man since they set the tone. Right. 분위기를 결정한다. 분위기를 좌우하다. 분위기를 결정한다. Okay, so it all depends on the boss man since they set the tone. Korea culture, despite recent strides, 이 strides는 나아지기 위한 그런 노력. Okay, in westernization, still hew to hierarchy. I don't know what this means. Hew to? I'm not familiar with this expression. Maybe we'll find out later. So all the culture flows downhill. Okay, right? So like. You know what this means, right? Oh, new? Still new? Maybe it's new. Yeah. So all the culture flows downhill. I know some startup guy educated in the US acts like a total prick. Some older Koreans sometimes don't pull age ranks, so it all depends. Okay, so this person is talking about the non-stereotypical types, right? So I know some startup guy educated in the US, so you would expect them to be open-minded and not sensitive to hierarchy. But, you know, there are people like this who act like total pricks, right? Like assholes, right? And some older Koreans sometimes don't pull age rank. They don't, they don't do the whole hierarchy thing. And so it all depends. Oh, Hugh means obey? I see. Okay. Okay. I see. Okay. I did not know this. I did not know this expression. Okay. See? Hey, we're all learning. We're all learning. It really depends. My friend works in a startup company and his work time is very flexible. Office vibe is pretty cool and chill. It all depends. It all depends. Korean startups tend to model themselves after Silicon Valley type work culture, but it really depends on the individual startup. As always, you'll get more from texting your coworkers than asking any one of us on this subreddit. I see, okay. So, more information about this, right? Okay. All right. Interesting. So, it's a shame that we can't really, like, no one can really give a clear answer to this kind of topic. It's like it all depends, right? It all depends. I think we're gonna skip the next one. And the next one. All right, we have one more left. One last one. And let's just go through it very quickly. And this last one, it's going to remind you guys of a very, very familiar concern that I'm sure that you've had at least once in your lifetime, okay? And which is how to truly learn to speak. How to truly learn to speak. Whew, okay, so hi all. I'm a English teacher? This has to be a mistake, right? This has to be. Okay, so I'm an English teacher living in Korea for going on 7 years now. Four 빠져야 되는데. That's odd. So I've always been studying and learning Korean. Okay, just typos, right? Oh, I think this person, his N key doesn't work. Oh, no, wait. It's here. I was just looking at this, and so I thought maybe the N key didn't work. Okay, anyway. So I've always been studying and learning Korean Okay, so let's start again. I'm an English teacher living in Korea going on 7 years now. I've always been studying and learning Korean ever since before I came here. Even since before I came here. Okay, that makes sense. That said, I've hit a big wall when it comes to my studies. My reading and writing are at a level where I can follow along and answer questions in the KIIP Intermediate Level 2 book. What? But when it comes to speaking and listening, I feel like my progress has been very stagnant. I've tried many things, but I don't feel like much has helped. Making Korean friends isn't much of an option. Why isn't that an option? And the class I attend doesn't offer enough opportunities to practice. I've watched my share of Korean movies. I even tried attending a language exchange, but I feel like nothing is really helping. I just want to ask how anyone who is fluent or even just good at speaking and listening got to where they are. I'm kind of curious. Why isn't that an option? They're in Korea, and they've been here for 7 years, and they plan to stay here even longer than that. So, I'm kind of curious why that isn't an option. Like, the person doesn't really explain why that isn't an option. So, should we state the obvious here? Should we give this person the obvious answer? I'd be a native if I stayed somewhere for 7 years. Probably a lot easier to say than actually do. That English teacher has the same problem as me. Oh, okay. Welcome to the Learning Foreign Language Hell World. Okay, so for this last one, I don't even have an answer to this. I mean, I don't think anybody can really give a clear-cut answer, right? Think of it as answering a Korean learner of English. How can they study English speaking, right? Yeah, like, change the perspective. I think that person approaches as a research. Not really sure. Okay, so for this one, I mean, again, if you want to go ahead and give this person a long, thoughtful comment on this topic, go ahead, please. That's exactly why I'm showing you this, because I'm showing you that you can do this as well. You don't have to be on this stream to be doing this. You can go on Reddit, read what others have posted. If you do that, you can just look for what you're interested in, right? Because I'm sure that a lot of the topics that we covered here, you're not interested in them. Anyway, so please go ahead, post stuff, read stuff, comment on stuff, okay? Maybe we should just read some of the other comments here. Why don't you attend the language exchange club? Again, your last shot. That you wouldn't have to learn Korean. That's an odd... I think the biggest problem is Korean and English are not so much compatible. Well, they're very different, that's for sure. I would say, could you be more specific about what makes you think that? Okay, all right. Takes a lot of patience and false hopes to be able to speak a foreign language fluently. False hopes. Okay, let's see what others have said. To be blunt, KIIP2 is extremely low as far as daily value and real Korean is concerned, especially after 7 years. I say that, so this person is saying that even after 7 years, being only at this level is very low. So the person should have been able to have a better command over Korean by now, right? Yeah, so blunt. I say that because I had people in my KIP 5 who couldn't make a sentence or have a real conversation. I see. Misread about what book, but my comment still stands because KIP Intermediate 2 is a higher level book, and that would be around level 4-ish. I'm not exactly sure what this person is talking about because I have no idea of what this is. Watch TV and get a speaking teacher. Truly, the speaking tutor one-to-one is the only real way? You need that time yourself to get your speaking up? Really? Do you guys think so too? I agree with the watching TV part, but getting a tutor. Okay, let's see what this person wrote. Glove right. You got 0 chances of improving without speaking to Koreans daily. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, so if you're not speaking to Koreans daily, you got 0 chances of improving. That's what you guys need to hear too about English. You have 0, nada, no chance of improving if you're not communicating with Americans or any English-speaking people daily. You know what I mean? Get a hobby or join any sport club where you have to interact with other people and only speak Korean, English. Other options are just talking to people outside or while waiting for bus, train, subway. All that online stuff is pretty useless, except for mine, except for this. All that online stuff, right, is useless. What the fuck, man? There are exceptions. You can't say all that online stuff. What are you talking about? Only real interactions will... Hey, we're interacting. Huh? We're interacting here, right? I'll just up this comment. It's a pretty good comment, actually. Mate, you gotta throw away every single English things away to spare some room for Korean in your brain. If you have an iPhone, try changing your Siri to Korean and practice asking it in Korean. Why not use just ChatGPT? Siri actually sucks. If it can understand what you're saying, you're doing something right. Okay, that's a very, kind of a very, not very specific, a very generic kind of comment. Okay. One-to-one tutor? Maybe I should start tutoring. Or you can have conversations in Korean with ChatGPT. Okay, that's something. Though I don't know if the free version has that functionality. I have a subscription for other purposes, but recently started using it like that too, and it's great. Get drunk. Get drunk and go to some kind of bar where people are open to speaking with strangers and just send it. Send it. I wonder if this is some kind of slang. Send it. I'm serious. You aren't gonna get better at speaking without actually doing it. Hey, that's the title of this stream today. That's the title of this stream. That's on my thumbnail right now, right? That's on my thumbnail right now, right? Yeah. That's exactly what it says on my thumbnail today. That's what you guys need to hear. You aren't going to get better at speaking without actually doing it. Right? Without actually doing it, you aren't going to get better. And a bit of alcohol will help with the nerves at first. Okay, so with the nerves, it means that because people tend to get nervous and they shy away, right? So alcohol will help with that. That makes sense. So maybe from now on, we'll stream and we'll just be drinking throughout the stream. You get better at speaking when not drunk too. So at first, right? At first, a little bit of alcohol, but eventually you get better at speaking when not drunk too. The confidence transfers. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so just execute, right? Execute, like send it, just do it, execute. Maybe that's what the send it means. You don't have to make friends. You can just talk to coworkers or use language exchange apps and try to talk to natives online if you don't want to go out and meet people. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, if you don't want to go out and meet people, I guess this is pretty much all you can do, right? Right? I don't know the KIP level, but I'm probably upper intermediate. For speaking, the only way to really get good at it is to speak. The only way to really get good at it is to speak, which I 1000% understand is difficult. I've been here for going on 3 years now, and I have, I guess this is the right way to say it. Okay. And I have next to no opportunities besides the occasional chat with a coworker for 5 to 10 minutes, and my Korean lessons, which really are more of my teachers explaining things in Korean. I can see this is what happens with most online lectures and lessons, right? You're just listening to someone explain why it looks like that, right? Instead of actually giving you the practice that you need. For listening, I'm a huge what the hell is that? Shini? And B-I? Oh, it must be some name, right? Okay, so for listening, I'm a huge Shini? And B-I fan. And going to concerts and not being able to understand what they're saying was bothering me. Still can't fully understand BI yet, but just throwing yourself in there and watching other content without the English subs has actually made my listening much better. See, this is what I'm talking about. So even if you can't understand anything, it's okay. You have to throw yourself out there. This is what I'm talking about. You got to put yourself out there, right? That means you just have to go out there and stop worrying, am I ready? But I can't understand fully. You just have to get out there, be in the mix. Writing helps with speaking, but it lacks the impromptu environment of conversation because the hardest part for me is vocab recall at normal speeds when listening and speaking. Right, so writing helps, but it doesn't really help you deal with the immediacy of actual real-life conversation, right? Because you have to be able to come up with stuff immediately, right? So, anyway, so there's a bunch of, how many comments are there in this thing? Jeez, there's so many comments here. Where's our comment? How many comments? Oh, is this the number of comments? So it's 30 something? Oh, only 32 comments. Okay, 32 comments here. Just date someone. Don't whine and go to a very remote rural area of South Korea. Somewhere like Jeollado or Gangwon-do, where only old Korean folks reside, and spend just 1 year helping those elderly farmers? What? What? That's an odd advice. You might want to join an open chat room based on your interests. Watch how people talk and try to follow along. That's actually really good advice. Like our Discord. Like our Discord, yeah. All right. Just call me. How about this? I give private lessons. $1,000 an hour. Too cheap? Oh man. Okay, then I'll give it. I have over 1 million Korean followers who are willing to teach you one-to-one. Join Discord. I don't know. I dare you guys to go and comment on this on this post. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know. What I don't know what to say, really. I don't know. Okay, so we have some recordings over on Discord. Let me just go over some of these.
I've been living in Korea for quite a while now, but I recently realized that most of my hobbies are very individualistic. Photography, learning languages, home or gym workouts. I used to take yoga classes, but people there weren't really inclined to socialize. I'm wondering if someone grabbed it by accident, or maybe it fell out.
Alright. Daegu will be great for you, based on the activities you enjoy. There is a decent foreigner population there, and plenty of cafe culture, shopping, great cinemas, etc. The people who say it is boring are more interested in nightlife. Daegu is also a great place to catch transit to other cities for day trips or weekends away.
My, Daegu will be great for you based on the activities you enjoy.
It's the same guy.
There is a decent foreigner population there, and plenty of cafe culture, shopping, great cinemas, etc. The people who say it is boring are more interested in nightlife. Daegu is also a great place to catch transit to other cities to day trips or weekends away.
Hello everyone. I will soon start an internship in a
Same guy, by the way.
robotics startup in South Korea. I read on the internet about South Korea work culture. In a big company can be very strict on their employees, and that seniority and hierarchy is very important. But I also found a lot of commentary from younger Koreans who refuse this ideology. Thus, I have really no idea what to expect, and I'd like to avoid making anyone uncomfortable during my stay here due to my lack of knowledge about the culture of the country. So, I would like to ask if any of you had any stories and advices to share with me.
This guy's a freaking chameleon.
I'm pretty sure I'll not be able to avoid doing one or two mistakes during my stay, but I'd like to at least avoid to offend anyone.
I think this right now is his actual voice. It's his normal speaking voice, I think. That's my guess.
Thank you in advance. Please excuse me for any mistakes, as English is not my first language. Alright, our work culture has
Although I wish this was his actual voice.
come a long way. Not completely free of the hierarchy and seniority that you mentioned, but certainly not as bad as it used to be. Especially if it's a startup and they're willing to hire foreigners. So I wouldn't worry about it. Just work hard and treat them as you would like to be treated. Oh, and drink. We hate party poopers. Joking. Cheers.
If I'm being really honest, you will learn so much more English from simply reading posts and replies on Reddit. Of course, based on your interests. Find what you're interested in. Find a Reddit community based on your interests, and just simply reading posts and replies, you will learn so much more than any, except my lessons, than any other lesson that you will find online, or any books, except my books, any books that you can find at the bookstore. Okay? That, like, seriously. And I'm sure that many of you felt that today. Although I'm sure that many of you already knew that. But you see what I mean? And because it's so important for you to focus on the context. Focus on what is being communicated rather than how it's being communicated. Okay? That's all I really have to say. Okay. All right. Okay, that's it today. And yeah, maybe next week we might have another Reddit stream where we go through these Reddit posts and try to answer some of these, give these people some advice. Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining today. Thanks for tuning in. I had a lot of fun today, and I really hope that you guys have enjoyed the rest of your evening. And if I don't see you, if I don't stream over the weekend, I'm going to try to, but if I don't stream over the weekend, I'll see you next week. So have a great rest of your evening and great rest of your weekend. I will see you hopefully very soon in a future live stream or in a future lesson video. Good night, everybody. Peace.